our first guest who hit higher speeds than most Australians ever will. He's got quite an amazing trophy cabinet and some spectacular thighs to go with it. It's a welcome to Olympian and multiple World Championship gold medalist Shane Perkins. Thanks for coming in, Perko.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me. It's great to be here. I don't know if I'd be the fastest Australian ever because...
Well, that's what we want to know.
The men and women in the road going down the descents get going pretty quick.
Oh, that's true.
Without the aid of gravity.
Top speed on the track, but chasing a motorbike or...
Just top
solo.
speed.
Give us a number.
Solo, I've hit 78.
Sure, okay, you win.
And behind the bike?
Behind the bike's about 85.
Wow.
Yeah,
You've got to trust the dude on the bike there. Who's the best bike rider, motorbike rider?
The best one I've had actually is Scott McGorry. So he used to help me out with the bike here when I was living in Victoria, out at Disc Darwin Institute.
That's fast, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Edie, or is he just a little bit more volatile?
Well, he's a bit heavier, Sean.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if any of you have seen him at the moment, but he's put on a little bit of weight from when he was sprinting back in the days, which would have been 2002, which it's been a while since then. But yeah, look, he goes all right on the bike. He's a pretty good coach as well.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Now the tour's about to start. Do you watch the roadies as well and get a bit of a kick out of it?
Yeah, I do, of course. Like, it's great seeing that. And I mean, look, if I wasn't a sprinter, I'd definitely love to be riding a road bike and stuff like that. But
because as a junior, you raced with Simon Clark, is that right, at Caulfield Carnegie?
Yeah, I did. So obviously Simon's his first tour, so I'm pretty excited to see him. And I got a text from him the other day, and obviously he's over the moon with it all. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him out there. And
mate, tell me, how much road riding do you actually do when you're in full training for the track? Do you do much at all?
Yeah, look, we do different stints. Like I myself like to do sort of 2 or 3 week blocks on the road. Obviously not as much as what your roadies would do, but I've done the bike boot camp with Davo a few times, and I've actually really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And it's sort of added a little bit to my training. It changes things up a little bit.
It is just the craziest racing. Have a look at you in full flight there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, you get going. It's all over pretty quickly. Like I tend to think the sprinters might be the smart ones here because we don't wait till 200k to have a sprint. Like we just get it over and done with a couple of laps. So.
That's fantastic.
Look at those thighs, they're incredible.
There's some thigh envy going on. It might be that you guys can get together.
There's a bit of bromance going on here. But my point earlier was with the long rides, for instance, you can't really afford to do them, can you? Because you'll be burning muscle and losing size and...
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing is the main thing we do is for the road rides is basically for recovery and keeping the oxygen going in and out of the muscles, the capillarisation, all that sort of stuff. But obviously taking it too long, you start to burn muscle and amino acids, proteins, things like that, which you don't want. They're the things you need when you're doing the sprint.
Yeah, for sure. The KFC. Oh, no,
yeah,
you don't eat that.
No KFC. No, not for me.
Can we
That's
ask
my
about
brother-in-law.
the last few years, you've been at these incredible camps, the Kierin camps for racing in Japan. What's been going on there?
Yeah, look, Japan over there, they bet on Kierin racing.
Yep.
It is quite different, as you'll see here. But 5 internationals every year get invited to go over, and I've been lucky enough to go over the last 4 years. In my 4th year now.
Quite spiritual.
Yeah, it is. They're very
Captain America.
very spiritual over there.
More thighs, Ed, more
quite old
thighs.
school too.
I know you get paid a lot of money, and now I understand why.
It's kind of rock and roll wrestling.
I'm looking at the kit you guys have got on there. But tell us about how you're locked in and you're basically locked away from the world. Because I was going to ask you for a few inside tips, but that's not really allowed, is it?
Yeah, no, I'll get locked up for that. So I've got to be careful there. But yeah, look. When you go to a race, because of the betting and everything, they've got to make sure and keep the integrity of the sport there for the bettors. So when we go in the day before racing, we hand in telephones, laptops, things like that.
No way, is this the
iPads,
NSA running this show?
Yeah, you register, you go through a medical check, a bike check to make sure everything's legal and you're right to race, and then you do your media interviews and you're into it the next day. But for 4 days, you're out of communication, basically in lockdown in the arena. So
you'd have to be the only people in Japan without a gadget on hand. That's
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is. It's crazy, isn't it? It's when you go in there, it is so old school. Like as we saw there, the steel bikes as well. We get to
The
ride around on them
uniforms,
and-
you know,
yeah,
and you
the
look like a
uniforms.
jockey kind of. It's a weird mishmash,
It's
isn't it?
incredible.
Jockey
Fascinating.
crossed with a billiard ball.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Excellent stuff. Well, mate, thanks so much for being in here. We're going to go a little bit old school in just a little bit and get the kids out racing on the indoor rollers. Will you stick around and help us out with the timing there?
Yeah, look forward to see how they go.
All right. Well, what's in the next phase of competition for you before we get to that?
Well, I've got a GP coming up in Adelaide, so I'll be racing that. It'll be the first indoor race for me since the Olympics because I had surgery on my shoulder in early Jan and missed the Worlds. After that, I'll then be heading back to Japan for 2 months.
You kept that pretty quiet, needing surgery and missing. You know, that was. I mean, you had such a good Olympic Games. It was really impressive, especially off the back of your great results at Worlds here in Melbourne.
Yeah, well, Worlds in Melbourne about 2 days before combo, I actually got hit by a car and dislocated my shoulder, which I didn't know I did it. It popped out and went back in. And I didn't actually know.
All of your muscles are very disciplined. You just tell them what to do when they go back in where they need
which
to be.
I found out later I needed surgery, but I couldn't do it before the Games.
Good on you, Perkins. We've got to run. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you after this for the test, the ultimate test on the old school rollers. You're watching Latour Prologue. Back with more after this.